So that the follow-up is really that giving attitude, that thank you attitude. And if someone is really being a rock star and you see them kind of reposting, or even if it's someone in your team or you yourself, again, either you're tooting your own horn and saying, you know, like, I feel really great about what's happened here, like, thanks everyone for following up with me, all those sorts of things. You can do that, and the more you do that, the more kind of approachable the main sustainable Cornell website becomes for a lot of people, because they see it as this kind of the main draw point where whatever happens over there and what kind of goes to the various channels that sustainable initiative at Cornell has, they're going to get engagement. People are going to show them love, and you know, even if they're being difficult, like, it's an opportunity to really build your message.
You know, the other thing I want to just say on that, you know, Vitaly earlier mentioned how university communications can be used to rebroadcast a message. If you think about it, I mean, if you even think about your own usage of social media, when you like something or you comment on something, it shows up in your feed. And if you think about the way that, you know, these networks work, you know, I don't know how many people currently like the Sustainability at Cornell.
978.
So you got 978. That's a, you know, a finite network. But each of you also sits somewhere on that network and includes a whole subset of people that are not connected to that network. So even by commenting or liking or sharing anything that's posted on Sustainability at Cornell, you open it up to a wider audience. And so everyone who likes it, it starts to get the second and third and fourth level of order of broadcasting. So you don't necessarily have to like everything on the Cornell Sustainability profile or comment on anything, but see it as part of the work that you're doing as part of this communication to expose your network to information that's going on at Cornell, Sustainability at Cornell, because then they might rebroadcast it as well, and you have an opportunity to help, you know, give the content more distribution.
Yeah, and I think the closing points that that relate to that, but also kind of for what we're sharing with you right now overall, is try and keep it as simple as you can. If it really makes sense to you to share something or to repost something, then do it. If it doesn't directly relate with the SMART objectives or some sort of, you know, subset of your SMART objectives or something that you're working on directly, don't worry about engaging with it. It's not trying to extract something, you know, useful out of something that doesn't make sense to you. If you're sharing that and it doesn't make sense to you, it probably won't make that much sense to the people you're sharing it with, or to the audience that you're trying to share it with. And there was one other point.
Question. So I learned today from Sarah that the share bar on all of the pages of the website allow you to post something directly to Facebook. Mm-hmm. Is there any app that stands between us and the ability to do that? Like, if I want to post photos, I have to let Facebook know everything in my profile. Photos from, like, my Flickr account or something. But is there that kind of application between us and the information that we're posting from the sustainability website?
I don't believe so. I think it's just a standard share button. Yeah, I don't think there was an app that was used. Oh, we didn't build the site.
No. If you click the Facebook or the Twitter button, a little window pops up, and if you're not already logged in, it asks you to log in, and then it just shares to your profile.
Good.
And then whoever already has access to your profile.
You just have to allow it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, as long as you can allow it. So the final point is that what you're really trying to do is influence positive behavior with your audience, so that they can engage with you, so that they can become a part of this living laboratory. I mean, so you know, you want these people kind of living with the experience, the experiment that you're conducting. And so, you know, a lot of the things that we're describing here in terms of the tactics for engagement, following up, listening to what people are saying and finding ways to share what makes sense and what's applicable. These things actually help reinforce behaviors that have people working towards the goals that you're working towards. And so you just kind of want to always kind of come back to that. Does it really relate to exactly the behaviors we want to have and what we want to accomplish? And that keeps people in the story, and that's the goal.
The final thing I would say is, you know, ultimately, you know, strategy or not, the end goal is to make sure that we have a really vibrant information landscape going on with the social media profile and the blog, and we wanted to make sure that the responsibility fell on no one person, that it was really a team effort. And so, what we've described gives a way that everyone can plug into it at some level and be responsible for their piece of it. So really see yourself as part of a larger team, and there are strategies in place, but you're basically trying to create this active, vibrant information source, which is the Cornell Sustainability Facebook and social media and blog.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Peace and humanity, and I think a great quote of his is, "The world is going to be saved by the Western women," and since a lot of you women. Yeah, so you want to kind of, for each of you, just kind of create your 3 to 5 characteristics that you would say is the driving motivation behind the Dalai Lama that you can say directly relates to what you're working on within your team. The values or the mission, the purpose of your team. And just kind of, and just stick with that as like a guiding principles. So instead of saying, oh, I got to create this story, what's behind me writing this story, you've got that set already kind of established with you.
So each team has, in addition to the SMART goals, on their landing page on the Sustainable Campus website, there's a summary paragraph or two about what that team is all about, and then each team, if you go to like the water page, they're also in the energy page, the team landing pages are all structured this way. Underneath you'll find a list of initiatives associated with that team, and one of those initiatives is the team itself, so you can find more information about what the team is all about.
Yeah, and also the Dalai Lama is often quoted. And what do you see from his quotes? That he says a lot in not so many words. And that's a really valuable principle in many communications. Because you're often catching people when they're very busy, and you want to be able to impact them quickly.
And more tactical, you can download application called Dalai Lama. I'm actually reading
the Dalai Lama translator.
Yeah, Dalai Lama quotes is pretty interesting. I think half of them could easily connect to sustainability.
Well, that's great. Are there memes? Yeah, I think the Dalai Lama. Anything else?
Is there anything that stands out as like, totally doesn't make sense? I just still don't get it. That's good.